Sleep. TICTAlk by Miss Myrel. My TICTAlk was taken from a featured news from Gravitas, an Indian online news channel, and you can check it out in YouTube. How many hours did you sleep last night? Did you stay up late last night watching something? Videos, movies, or Facebook, reading something, chatting with friends, or doing anything else but sleeping? Sometimes we treat sleep as wasted time, lost forever. We say, why sleep when we can do so much? So those who want to make something of themselves in life, cut down sleep. Usually, we work more and sleep less so that we can be something in life. An average adult sleeps at 6.8 hours a night. In Japan, 5.59 hours, in Saudi 6.8, in Sweden 6.10, in India 6.20, in Philippines or in Indonesia most probably the same as these numbers. But do you know that these numbers can kill us? Science says an average adult needs to sleep 7.5 hours every night. In those 7.5 hours, a person completes 5 90-minute cycles. 5 cycles. Each cycle is 90 minutes. The first cycles are for cleaning and maintaining our body, brain, and heart. The following cycles are needed for processing and learning all the information that we have gathered throughout all the day. So, if you are having trouble recalling names, information, or trivia, you should blame it on your sleep or lack of your sleep or lack of sleep, or we can call it sleep deprivation. .5 hours or 7.5 hours is the recommended and needed amount of sleep for our body to function or for us to function. But how can we function if we sleep less than 7.5 hours? Most of us doesn't sleep 7.5 hours, but how can our body still function? We function thanks to a rare gene mutation. This means our gene has to change, has to mutate. If you can see the picture, it has to change something so that it can function even with lack of sleep. Next question. When should we sleep? The best time to go to sleep is between 8 p.m. and midnight. Early to bed, early to rise gives a man his dose of vitamin D. This means that if we go to bed a little bit early, we will wake up early, completing our 7.5 hours of sleep, and we can still have vitamin D because vitamin D is during early morning sunrise. And if we wake up at noon, we will not have our vitamin Ds anymore, and our body needs vitamin D. What if we can't follow this schedule? If we sleep past midnight, for example, we sleep very late, we can still make it by sleeping an uninterrupted 7.5 hours of sleep. This means no disturbance. 7.5 hours uninterrupted sleep. Is that possible? I don't think so. When morning comes, there will be a lot of disturbance already, and we cannot sleep an uninterrupted 7.5 hours of sleep. What happens if you are not sleeping enough? If you are not sleeping enough or sleep deprivation, there will be a drop in health and productivity. Sleep deprivation is linked to physical health problems like cardiovascular disease or heart disease, hypertension, and diabetes. Experts say this may help explain the links between cancer and sleep deprivation. Studies have found that lack of sleep is also linked to breast cancer for women and prostate cancer for men. Researchers in Hong Kong University conducted a study. They found a discernible DNA damage in those whose sleep was disrupted even for just one night. This means that in their study in Hong Kong University, they observed that even if we lack sleep or deprive ourselves of complete sleep for one night, there's already a change in our DNA. How much more if it's long term or it has been a long time that we lack sleep or deprive ourselves of complete sleep. Let's look at mental health problems. Now, lack of sleep is linked to anxiety and also depression. We know that there are so many people suffering from anxiety and depression nowadays. South Korea and Japan rank the worst when it comes to a good night's sleep. It also happens that South Korea and Japan also have the highest suicide rate in the world. Japan has even this phenomenon called karoshi. Karoshi means death by overwork or death by sleep deprivation, because if they overwork, then they don't sleep well or they don't have complete sleep. What else? Do you know that we also put on weight if we don't sleep well? This is true. Here's the explanation. We have two hormones called leptin and ghrelin. These two hormones explains the link between sleep deprivation and obesity. Leptin tells our brain that you're full. Ghrelin urges you to eat more. Sleep deprived people, if we lack of sleep, our leptin is low and our ghrelin is high. So we eat more if we lack sleep. Sleep deprivation is also linked to the lack of productivity. We don't work very well. If you don't get enough sleep, you're groggy at work. It's also hard to concentrate. We know the drill because we've all been there. As a result, people end up being less productive at work. Do you know that falling asleep takes around 10 to 15 minutes? But if you manage to doze off within a few minutes, it means that you're sleep deprived. This means that the proper way of sleeping is about 10 to 15 minutes long. But if you lie on your bed and suddenly you're asleep, I think you are sleep deprived or you lack sleep. Sleep today has become a product. In fact, a luxury product, very expensive. The sleep tech device market is worth billions of dollars, 10.9 billions of dollars. So here's the moral of the story so far. Sleep deprivation is helping no one. If we don't sleep well, we don't help ourselves and we don't help each other. We are only helping the market because they are getting richer because we don't sleep well. Our web series can be paused. Whatever we are watching, it can be paused and we can watch it in the morning. Late night conversation can happen in the morning too. We can talk to each other in the morning. Work and careers and dreams can take some rest. Because you know what? If you don't sleep, how can we dream? So that's my TikTok entitled Sleep. Thank you.